Hello and welcome to Module 2 of the Success Brain program. This module is Attacking Limiting Beliefs. My name's Sean Donovan and I'm here today with Peter Costello, and Peter's going to share with us some of his wisdom on this topic, the top 6 excuses that limit your success. You've established an impressive success brain mindset with the first module. The next step is to aggressively deal with any limiting beliefs you may have. These are like anchors that drag along with you. They sap your motivation and resolve. It's common to make excuses for your lack of success. The excuses are comforting in their own way. The end result is to justify to the world and yourself why you're not doing better. Many of us have a series of excuses that we can pull out of a hat at a moment's notice. There's always one that seems to fit the bill perfectly. This is done largely to protect ourselves and to justify our current circumstances. So, Peter, can you share with us a few of your ideas of what excuses might hold people back from success?
I don't know how. This common excuse gives you permission to not even try. However, this excuse simply doesn't hold water. At no time in the history of mankind has there been so much information available. Want to start a charity? There are hundreds of books on the subject. Need to lose 100 pounds? There are thousands of resources available. One of the best ways to figure out how to do something is to find a qualified mentor. Another effective option is to simply try and then adjust your approach based on your results. 2. I'm afraid. This is perhaps the most socially acceptable answer. Who hasn't been afraid? But there is very little to legitimately fear in our modern times. In most circumstances, you're not in danger of being eaten by a lion or falling off a cliff. Most of our fears are socially based and have no real consequences. Being afraid isn't a valid excuse 99% of the time. Would you rather be successful or protect your ego? I don't have enough time. Do you really believe this? Nearly all of us waste time on activities that provide no real value, including watching television, internet surfing, and a host of other time-wasting activities. You know in your heart you could make this time for something that was truly important to you. I don't have enough money. This is another common excuse, but there is usually a way to work around a lack of financial resources. For example, if you'd like to learn to play the piano but can't afford one, you could find a free piano on Craigslist. Pick up an inexpensive digital piano in a pawn shop. Ask a local church or school to use their piano after hours. Locate a piano you can use at your local college. It's too late for me. It's too late? A person climbed Mount Everest in his 80s. People have gone back to medical school in their 60s. What would you like to do? Getting a late start might be less convenient and more challenging, but there's nothing wrong with that. It means that you'll only take on the challenges that are really important to you. That could be a good thing. To be fair, there are a few things that require an earlier start than others. You're not likely to play in the NBA if you take up basketball in your 30s. But you could be a coach or work in the front office. Some endeavours are certainly more competitive than others, but claiming that something is too hard is really just another way of admitting that you're afraid. The truth is that people with limited resources and talent can still be extremely successful. We tend to imagine the competition is much tougher than it really is. The average person doesn't have a lot of control over himself. He's not truly committed. Those with motivation and stamina are really the ones who succeed. What do you think, Sean?
Wow, they were brilliant, Peter. Six different things there that can hold people back. And people that are successful on a regular basis, they tend to have the fewest excuses. How could it be any other way? Those with excuses are able to justify not taking action. However, no action equals no results. So, put aside your excuses and go after what you truly want. You'll be glad you did. Do you have limiting beliefs that influence the results you achieve in life? The next lesson will address these beliefs and begin to remove the impact they have on your life. So, get started now with these tips from this lesson. What are the excuses you use to justify not taking action or setting larger goals? What do you tell yourself when you think of chasing after a big goal but then decide against it? 1. Make a list of the excuses you use that prevent you from being more successful. 2. Examine how these excuses have limited you in the past. 3. Consider the damage they will cause in the future. 4. Find evidence to prove to yourself that those excuses are inaccurate. And finally, take one action that gets you past one of your excuses and moves you toward a goal.